Hey water signs, this one's for you. Going to be doing an energy reading for this week. So if you're curious what might be going on, stick around. We're about to get into it. All right, so I'm going to start off by talking about a little bit of astrology. So this week I've been starting off the beginnings with just a little astrological weather report of what's going to be going on for the day. And if you're curious about the other days, you're welcome to check any of the other readings. I'm going to starting out each reading with that. So you're welcome to just watch the first minute or so to figure out exactly what to expect for the day. But anyways, let's get into this. So yeah, we have Venus sextiling Saturn, which is going to bring a stabilizing influence to relationships and finances, favoring long-term commitments and practical social interactions, which is great because I feel like we need that after the first few days of this week, starting off a little, emotional, pretty tense as well. So yeah, I'm really glad to see that energy is coming through. And then we have Ceres entering Gemini. Ceres is a dwarf planet, if you didn't know. But yeah, so the dwarf planet of nurturing and sustenance moves into the sign of the twins, shifting focus towards intellectual stimulation and communication as a means of emotional support. So this is great. This is exactly what we need after that conflicting energy from the previous couple days. So yeah, let's get into this and see what energy this is going to bring and what archetype you'll be in today. I don't know. Not feeling that. I want one card. Hope y'all are doing well, though. Whoa, let me go get that. Okay, so the priest, perseverance, faith. I actually just got this card recently, but I think it was for a private reading. So let me see exactly what's going on there. What are we having to persevere through? A difficult challenge has come and gone, and in its place is the promise of a new dawn. Within you is everything that you need to bring about your happiness. You are resilient, and every tragedy brings an important lesson. Have faith, and you will be rewarded. Yeah, something that I've been saying a lot is there's no losses, only lessons. So yeah, I definitely feel like we need to embody that energy and keep persevering and have faith for what we're going through, and what we're looking to get out of life. It's really saying, can you trust in the other side to lead you where you want to go, even though it doesn't look like it in your outer realm, right? And it's kind of that same energy of the clouds are in front of the sun, but we know the sun is still there. So that's definitely coming through strong right now. So let's see how this is showing up in your life with some traditional tarot. You're welcome to skip ahead if you don't care about seeing the cards come out. Man, heavy energy to start with. Wow. These two have been coming out a lot this week. And I shuffle my deck in between every sign. Or every element. Whoa. Okay, so we're starting off with some pretty heavy energy, and I feel like this is what I was talking about of like the beginning of this week was a little tough, right? And so we're having the 5 of Pentacles show up with the 8 of Swords. So this tells me that you've been feeling neglected. This is some really low pity energy, just feeling like, oh, nobody loves me, nobody cares about me. And this is really feeling stuck because of those feelings and not certain of how to move forward, how to get yourself out of it, and really keeping that victim mentality when you could have untie yourself at any time. But I feel like this was necessary so that it could align you with your path. I feel like some of this needed to be moved through emotionally so that you could begin to get out of it. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's kind of like it's darkest before the dawn type energy. It's like you needed to feel this low point so you could get to this high point. I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, that's definitely what's coming through. And this star card is healing the shadow energies that have kept you feeling stuck, sad, depressed, like you don't run your life. Like this is really some repression that's being cleansed at this time. I don't know. It's a weird way of explaining it, but yeah, this is definitely saying you are healing all of these wounds so that you can be free again. You know, like look at the difference between these two. It's like they're locked up and in the darkness, and they're free as fuck with the divine there to help them through every step of the way. I really feel like this ends a cycle for you, and this is all because you learned, you learned your lessons, right? What did I start this out with? There's no losses in learning, right? So this is all because you decided to learn and see this as a learning opportunity instead of allowing it to feel like a loss, quote unquote, right? So this is really saying you've gotten strong in your emotional state and knowing, when the waters are just crazy. You can't control that. You can only control yourself and what you do with that energy. And so it's really going to depend on how you handle it and how you get out of it, whether you're going to feel like him or whether you're going to feel like this. But I really feel like you have the opportunity to end up here, especially if you're watching this message. So it's going to feel weird at first. You're going to feel a little off, and this is not going to just be some like beautiful, new beginning. It's going to feel kind of like, I don't know. I feel good, but I also feel like shit, that kind of thing is definitely coming through. But I see this as like things will balance out. You just kind of got to be patient as this like energy rises and falls, right? So just roll with it and don't get too caught up in it, because this is a chance to get rid of any deceptive bullshit that is actually fucking up your life and you don't even realize it. Those unconscious habits I feel like are really coming through with the devil card as well. I feel like this is a lot of unconscious deception that you've done to yourself, right? This is you telling yourself this narrative when it's really not true. So yeah, this is really coming through for a reason. So don't get too caught up in these emotions and just allow yourself to flow through them and transform them into what you actually want. This is really a test. Can you hold your vision to where you want to be emotionally? Because it's going to take going through these hard times in order to get there. You don't just have an amazing journey full of, peace and butterflies and rainbows. No, you get to the rainbow at the end, but it's not that way to get there. You know what I'm saying? So can you transform from this instead of allowing it to be a burden or keep you tied up? It's going to depend on you. But, if you can find your inner strength, find that confidence within you, and go into action with whatever you need to deal with. I really feel like if you can have compassion for this sadness that's coming through this week, and really honor these emotions and hold them. You notice how they're really holding these with like such nurturing care? That's what you need to do with yourself this week. Definitely. So, do what you will, but it's going to be key to finding your inner peace. So let's get some confirmational messages from the Good Tarot. Call to finding greater authenticity within yourself. This is helping you remove all of the programs, all of the masks, all of the, armor that you've built up. You don't need it anymore. It's not helping you. It's holding you back. The Emperor again. Wow. Confirmation. 7 of water. 9 of water. Yeah, this is great. I have everything I need right now to move forward with purpose. I am being called into a deeper, more authentic relationship with myself, my higher power, and with others. Yeah, this is a call for you to find greater authenticity and break free from the shackles of whatever is holding you back. Something's holding you back. I need to trust that my life has a purpose, that I am enough, and that within me is a divine blueprint that has meaning for myself and others. Yeah, this is a divine direction. Yeah, authority. Yeah, and with the Emperor, it's just confirming what I said before of like needing to channel that inner strength and confidence and face all of the negativity that's going to be coming up. It's going to take a lot of, you know, yeah, strength. This is really just what's coming through. Imagination, fantasy, artistic endeavors, co-creative abilities unleashed. Now is the time to tune in to the infinite possibilities that exist and begin to play with them. Everything begins in the world of imagination, and I seize the opportunity to dream. I allow my intuition and desire to blend in an alchemical way, forming something new. Yeah, use your imagination right now, dream right now, because anything is possible, and where you go is up to you. I feel like it's really talking about co-creative abilities a lot this week. And I feel like, especially with the Queen of Pentacles here, it's like you can grow and create whatever you want to in this life. That's what it's for. That's what we're here for, is to create and grow and transform into something else, you know? So what are you going to transform into? Because ultimately it's up to you. Nine of Water. Wishes fulfilled, completion, enjoyment, contentment, dreams come true, achievement of desire. It is right to say no to what isn't right for me, and now is my time to experience wishes fulfilled, the sweet harvest that came about from the seeds I planted. Hell yeah. Again, with the co-creative abilities, I deserve to pause and acknowledge all that I co-created and do it joyfully. Yeah, you gotta really decide what you want, what you're manifesting. And I'm not saying that to like freak you out and make you go like, what am I going to do? What do I want? What am I going to manifest? I'm not saying that, but just pay attention to yourself and what you want and what you're looking for, you know? And yeah, if you don't have the means to do those things yet, just kind of set the intention that you want those things, you want opportunities to show up, you know? So when opportunities show up in a crazy way, like if you're manifesting something that's so out of your realm, it's going to take a little bit longer to come in because it takes a minute to be brought into your reality. So you just got to be patient and open and just keep on going. Keep moving. Hold your vision. What the frick did I say, bruh? Didn't I say that? Yeah. Did I say that in this reading? I don't know. Hold your vision. I've been telling everybody this week. This is crazy. Yeah, hold your vision. Right now, we're manifesting. This is a manifestation period, right? And a readjustment period. So, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but... what the fuck is going on? A win-win outcome is forecast. So yeah, chill out. And the fact that you're here, I feel like just says a lot. You know, if you were aligned with this reading, it's for a reason, because I'm really small on here and I don't have that many subscribers. So if this showed up for you, there's a message in here for you. And this is just a little forecast of what's to come, but it's letting you know you're going to be good either way because you understand and you're connected with your spirituality if you're here. So yeah, I think everything's going to be all right. The end of a tough cycle approaches, so allow it to end. Don't fight it. Let it flow through you and release it and keep moving on. All right, let's close it out with some guidance messages. Begin writing now. Yeah, if you're not writing, do it. I saw something that says you can heal yourself by writing and putting, you know, your experience into words. You know, it's a healing process to write and express yourself. So do that in any way, shape, or form, whether it's writing short stories or just writing about your day, you know, whatever you're feeling called to do. Interact and relate. Yeah, connect with your community at this time. If you're like, damn, I'm having a really low day, I need a friend, or, you know, I need my partner, I need to just chill out, watch a movie, you know, express that. Let them know that you need them, you know, and find your sense of belonging. That's what will help. Especially us water signs. Tune in and connect. Yeah. Connect to your higher self. Connect to your spirit team any way that you know how. You know, it's just by simply talking and, you know, trusting your intuition and the messages that you get and not downplaying them. Trusting your signs, trusting what you know, I saw 444 30 times, you know, the past week. Like, that must be a sign for me. So, you know, pay attention to that shit. And if you need help deciphering your signs, email me. We'll figure it out. You know, I can let you know everything that I know. You know, I'm not a gatekeeper of this type of knowledge. I want everybody else to use what I've learned. So, you know, connect with that deep part of you, because that's how you get exactly what your heart is calling for. So yeah, that's what I got for y'all this week. If you're interested in a personal private reading or joining my Patreon, check the description box below. Please let me know how this resonates for you. If it does, I would love to know what's going on in the water sign collective right now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate it so much as a small creator online. And yeah, your support means the world to me. So thank y'all. Have a good one. Bye.